Good morning, students. Do you all remember what are the topics we have discussed in previous classes? Yes, we will discuss those topics in this class. So, first is C language. The introduction of C language. C is a high level language. It is a high level language. It means it is a human friendly language. It can understand by both the humans and the programmers. Okay, it was developed by Dennis M. Ritchie at Bell Lab. It was implemented in the year 1972. It is used to develop Unix OS. First, it was used to develop Unix OS. OS means operating system like Windows, Linux. Okay, it is a platform dependent language. It is a dependent language. Okay, and it is a structured language also. Structured language means it divides the program into smaller function. It divides the program into smaller function and then it will join the program. Okay, this is called structured program. And the next one is procedural programming language, which means it has a set of instruction to inform us or to guide the computer what to do step by step in a program. Okay, first one is tokens. The first topic is token. Token means smallest individual unit in a program called tokens. Smallest individual unit in a program called tokens. A token can be an identifier, keyword, constant, string or a symbol. Identifier, keyword, string, constant and then symbol. Here the example of keyword is printf hello world \n. Here the semicolon is used for, semicolon is a identifier. Here the semicolon is a identifier. Okay, so here we have used the \n. So what is the use of \n? It will give some space. Okay, it will display the output with a space. Okay, this is the use of \n. And then the next one is keywords. Keywords are special words with a predefined meaning. Keywords are special words with a predefined meaning. There are 32 keywords. Okay, there are 32 keywords. At least you need to know 10 to 15 keywords. Okay, you need to discuss about 10 to 15 keywords. The next one is data type. Data type is a set of values with predefined characteristics. It is a set of values only, but it has a already existing characteristics. There are three types of data type. First one is basic type, the second one is void type, and the third one is derived type. So here the first type is integer type, which means int. It is used for numbers. The next one is single precision floating type. Floating means decimals. Okay, floating means decimal. The next one is character type, which means the alphabets. It is mainly used for alphabets, character, and it will declared as char, and it will take 1 byte. Here integer take 4 type. It is declared as int. Floating type will declared as float, and it will take 4 types, 4 byte. Character char 1 byte. Double precision floating type double, it takes 8 bytes. Okay, and then the next one is void type. Void means it does not return any value. The next one is derived type. Derived type, there are 4 types: pointer, array, structure, union and then function. Pointer, array, structure, union and then function. The first one is identifier. Identifier, it is a user defined name of an entity to identify it uniquely during the program execution. Okay, it is a user defined means we people only used to declare the identifier. Okay, it is mainly used to identify during the program execution. Okay, here example is int marks. Here marks is the identifier. Then variable. Variable is a name given to a memory location where we can store different values of the same data type during the program execution. Variable can be letter, digit and then number also. For example, variable is, here I am taking float. Float A is a variable. Here I can declare more than one variable, A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. Okay, so this is variable. It is also a name only. It is a user defined name only given to the memory location which can store different values of the same data type during the program execution. We can here declare the different type, many different values for the single data type. Okay, a variable can be a letter, digit and a number, underscore, sorry, and underscore. The next one is L value. L refers to the memory location. L refers to the memory location. The L value can appear in either left hand side or right hand side of an assignment operator. Okay, here you can declare the value in right side or left side of the assignment operator. Of OR value means OR refers to the data value that is stored in some address in the memory location. It represents the memory location. It will represent the address of the memory location. It will represent the address of the memory location. And here the value can appear on right hand side but not on left hand side. Okay, here we can declare the value in right hand side but not in left hand side. Okay, this is a value declaration and this is a invalid declaration. The next one is constant. Constant is a named memory location which holds only one value throughout the program execution. Here we cannot able to change the value during the program execution. What we declare in the first starting of the program, it will up to the execution of the program. So the next one is structure of the program, structure of a C program. The first we need to give the commands line, the second one is preprocessor and the third one is main function. So what is the use of the commands line? It is used to convey the messages and to understand the program. Here we can use the single line command as the forward slashes. Okay. The preprocessor. You all know that there are two different types. We have discussed now two different types of preprocessor. There are so many different types, but in this we have discussed just two only. The first one is #include studio.h, which means standard input output header file. What is the functions of #include studio.h? Printf and then scanf. What is the use of printf? Used to display the output, and the scanf is used to take the input from the user. #include conio.h, which means console input output function in header file. What are the functions are? Clear screen off and get off. What is clear screen off? It is used to clear the data from the console. Get off, it directly take to the console. Okay, and then next we need to declare the main function. So we have discussed some of the codings like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, you need to also need to study that codings also. Okay, the next one is operators. First one is operand. Operand means an operand specifies an entity on which an operation is to be performed. Okay, here for example, here I am taking as a equal to printf hello plus 2. Here are three operands. What are the operands? Variable name, a is a variable name, and printf is a function call, 2 is a constant. So this is the operands here. It is not operator, it is a operands. Operands can be variable name, a constant or a function call. Here operators. Okay, this is operands, operators here. An operator specifies the operation to be performed applied to the operands. Okay, here a equal to printf, same example, but here the operators are equal to the operator, plus is the operator, open bracket, close bracket is also an operator. Okay. The next classifications of operators, the first one is unary, the second one is binary, and the third one is ternary. First one is unary. A unary operator operates only on one operand. For example, -3 plus 3. Binary means it operates on two operands. 2 minus 3, 2 plus 3. Okay, and the third one is ternary operator. It operates on three operands. This is called ternary operator. Okay. In this, by using ternary operator, we have discussed coding as because among two numbers. Okay, you need to study that coding also. Then there are different types of operators. First one is arithmetic, second one is assignment, third one is relational, fourth one is logical, bitwise, conditional operators, increment or decrement operator or special operator. Okay. The next one is control statement. The next one is control statement. The statement in a program or executed in a sequence order is called as control statement. Okay, executed in a sequence order means control statements. There are different types of assignments. Control statement. There are three different types of statements. Okay, first one is assignment, and second one is input output, third one is control. We will discuss the control statement. Okay, there are two types of control: selection of branching statement, iteration or looping statement. The first one is branching statement. Based upon the outcome of a particular condition, branching statement transfer control from one point to the another. Okay, it will, if we give a condition, it will check the condition. If it is true, it will directly execute the statement. If it is false, it will directly exit from the statement. Okay, it will directly exit from the statement. So first one is if there are different types. The first one is if, second one is if else, the next one is nested if, next if later if statement, and the last the switch statement. First one is if statement. It is used to execute a set of statements depending on the outcome of a logical test. It is used to execute a set of statements depending on the outcome of the logical test. Okay, it will test the condition and then execute the statements. Here the syntax is if expression, statement 1, statement 2. Okay, here you can see the flow chart. If the condition is true, it will exit. If the condition is true, the statement will work, or else if it is false, it will directly change to the statement X condition. Okay. The next one is if else. If else, it is used to carry out one of the two possible actions depending on the outcome of the test. Okay, it will take the else condition also. Okay, if expression, statement 1, statement 2. If it false, if this condition is false, it will directly come to the else statement. Okay, and then process those statement. Here example, if you check the condition, if it is true, it will came to statement 1, statement 2. If the condition is false, it will came to statement 3, statement 4. At last, it will display the output as statement X. Okay, have you all got it? Yes. Thank you.